Hi everyone, this is Dr. B on the beach, and I'm so happy to talk to you today about a topic that I've been thinking about for a while. And so this one is called Baby Mama's Drama. So this is the drama that occurs between the mother and the child, or the mother or whomever is the primary caretaker and the child. And how did this kind of drama show up for me in my life? Because we're talking about me here. Now, as the story goes, my parents, they shared a very violent relationship. And so my mom likes to tell me this story that when she was 7 months pregnant, how my dad attacked her and basically was about to kill her, thus killing me when she was 7 months pregnant. And my uncle rushed in and saved her at the last minute. My father blames it on the alcohol, but we know better than that. And so when I was born, my mother didn't really have a strong attachment with me because for some reason, whatever was transpiring in her adult relationship was trickling down to me and the mother-child relationship. And so my mom used to say things to me like, "Oh, I couldn't stand you. Oh, you made me sick. You cried too much. Oh, I couldn't take you." And then she tells me part of the reason why was because she was pregnant again shortly after she had me. So in addition to not having a firm attachment in the first place, then she was pregnant again and I didn't have enough lap time. So poor me. Guess what happened to poor little Denise? Well, she developed a sense of deep, deep unworthiness. And that unworthiness was so profound and pervasive through her entire life. Oh my gosh, listen, if you ever dated me, trust me, you dated my wounded inner child. You didn't date me. Now this child that grew up with a mom barely attaching, not even knowing her, and my mom left to go to the United States when I was about 2 years old to pave the way. And I spent most of my time with my grandmother, who became my primary caretaker and the person I attached to the most and the person who I was connected to best, until my mom and my dad decided it was time for us to join them in the United States. And I was about 5 going on 6. 5 officially when I arrived in the United States, and I was abruptly torn from my grandmother's bosom, the one that was raising me and loving me and caring for me and taking care of me, and what people would say call spoiling rotten, I would say nurturing and giving me what I needed. I was ripped from her bosom, brought to the United States to live with 2 strangers that were called my parents and their odd relationship. And so when things would go awry, my mom would have this way of telling me, "Oh, you're just like your father," or "Go away from me with those brown eyes like your father." And it really took a toll on me. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is because when we think of some of the things that are going on in our lives, we have to take it real back. In terms of relationship, we have to go real far back to our first relationship, which is the relationship we have with our moms or whoever is taking care of us, and really examine that relationship and examine the story that we built around those experiences. Because I built a horrific Steven Spielberg with all the special effects story around the fact that I chose a mom that would teach me to be extremely independent and grow up in ways that I couldn't grow up if I didn't have a mom that was so aloof. I pretty much had to figure out a lot of things by myself, and part of it I didn't listen, to everything I was told. Who does? But the point here is to let you know that examine that relationship you had with your mom growing up. take away the rose color lenses or the dark shades or whatever you have on, and just understand on a higher level try to discover for yourself, what was the purpose of me having a relationship with a mom like this? What did I learn? How did it harm me? And how did it help me? Who am I today because of it? Because everything happens for a reason. And when I say I chose her, I chose her. And I'm still discovering every day on this same beach why that relationship was so significant in my life, and how am I going to use those experiences positively to help encourage others who are having struggles with their moms, or their relationship, or their past relationship with their moms, or unresolved issues with their moms. And we're in a time where people are getting older. We're aging as a nation, as a country, globally, and time is running out. And sometimes you have to make things right with your mother figure, or whomever, while there's still time. And I thank God my mom is still alive, and we get through some of these things, but some things are tough to start talking about. But hey, if you don't know how, this is how. First, you lose the story. It is what it is. What happened, happened. And yes, it hurt, it hurt. And you chose, like I did, to continue suffering. And suffering is an option. That's what I learned. You know, shit happens and it hurts. But suffering is a choice. And I've suffered too long. Way too long. So my 6-month stint on this beach right here has taught me that I need to forgive a whole lot of things. And trust me, when you forgive a whole lot of things and see it on a higher spiritual level, you'll understand that everything happens for a reason. There's no coincidences. And that mom that you had, that experience that you had, was for a reason. It was to make you who you are today, to make me who I am today. No harm, no foul. So I'll just encourage you right now to take some steps to self-love and self-healing by not blaming people and using money to buy plastic things from China. You know they make everything in China or someplace, and like China, to fill those holes, those gaps in your heart, in your, I won't say your soul, but your emotional framework. Fill up those holes with love. You know, I was doing it with Gucci and Louis Vuitton and fancy trips and cars and clothes and so forth. But in the end, all those things were taken from me, and I still have me and this beach and time right now to figure some things out and realize that that baby mama drama is serious. It has nothing to do with a man. It has to do with you and your mom, and get things right. Because you're going to pass those things on to your children, and if they're not conscious enough, it just keeps trickling down. So please, get it together. This is Dr. B on the beach, and I'm always on the beach, even if I'm not on the beach. And you can find me at www.drbonthebeachtv.com. That is my YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and share. I love you. Peace.